Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos Podcast.
Fuck it right in the pussy.
Woo! We back in the stew. That's early as shit. It's early as shit. Like, yo, this nigga called me at like, I don't know, 7 something. And I told you, like, I don't be saving nobody's number from the group chat. So
this
I don't know. I didn't know
this ain't a group chat
me.
thing. This is a personal thing.
Yeah, but you called me, and I haven't saved anybody's number from the group chat. So it didn't go through. I wake up. I was like 4 missed calls. I'm like, oh shit, I know it's this nigga Mike.
This is why we don't like light skinned motherfuckers, bro.
Do you understand that is a completely counterintuitive way to work? Because if you don't save somebody's number, how the fuck are you gonna know who's who?
I know,
just sloppy.
I just hate group chat so much. Just what, 15 people in that group chat, something like that.
But we have one where it's just the 4 of us.
I know, but see, here's the thing. I have your guys. You guys saved in my shit, right?
Uh-huh.
But the reason why I don't have you saved in there is because when you went to Panama,
that was like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but you haven't put your old number back into the group chat.
It is.
No, you put it into our class group chat. You didn't put it into the Bromigos group chat.
Yeah, I don't care about the big class group chat.
Well, shit.
Now I gotta save now, so we cool.
My number
now
says
we're gonna
there.
put him on blast now. For that.
You can put me on blast. I don't give a fuck.
I gotta save
broad
now.
shoulders.
So
I'm
we're
built like that.
I figured it out. But hey, yo, we in the stew.
Yes.
We in the stew. Another episode of the Bromigos Podcast.
Yes.
God damn it.
It's been a while.
Stop playing with us, man.
It's been a while.
Who's who here? Let's introduce ourselves.
Okay, you got me, Big Dick Panama Red.
Wow.
Hey, I'm just putting it out there.
Oh man, Mike's already wild, and I don't think we're even in a minute into the show here.
Well, I mean, you know what it is. It's your boy Daint Money. I have a regular sex life now, so I'm cooling.
And it is your boy, undercover brother, Motorboat Matt. You did say that. Someone did say that in the last episode I put out. So I now have to flex it a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I don't have a nickname. I'm just Hunter. That's just me.
how are you gonna come in here? First of all, it's nice to see you. It's nice that you're officially a part of the show.
Yeah,
I don't know what
bro.
took you so fucking long. We did the first 2 episodes without you because your
put 'em on
goddamn
blast.
work schedule.
Take the shotguns out.
It's all right. Things happen, man.
Put them on blast.
Things happen.
Yeah, work gets in the way. COVID gets in the way. A lot of stuff gets in the way.
Oh
But
my
I'm
God.
glad to be
y'all
here.
had COVID. You dirty
I
motherfuckers.
had it. You had it. You and I had it at the same time.
I'm over COVID, man. We need to just.
My opinion doesn't even exist
It's like
anymore.
herpes, man. It just won't go away.
Can I say COVID doesn't exist, or are the liberals gonna get mad at me?
The liberals make it mad.
They might get mad.
But COVID does exist. Fuck you talking about?
Don't worry, we'll put a trigger warning in the episode.
Oh my God.
Dante said COVID doesn't exist.
COVID. How does COVID not exist though? I've gotten it. People get sick from it.
No, you know what I'm saying.
I still have like a residual cough from it.
Yeah, you
it's
keep
not
that
as
shit
bad,
to yourself,
but you know.
my boy.
I mean, listen, I praise to God that I never get it. I have not gotten it once in the past 2 years. Thank God. I'm like an anomaly, I guess. I guess someone I'm a god.
Oh Lord.
For me,
I
my
guess.
symptoms were like so mild I didn't even know I had it. Because like my sister first got it and I didn't realize I had it because I had like a headache. That was like the main thing that was like bothering me. But I had stuffy nose. I'm stuffy half the time anyway because I got allergies. And then sore throat, but that went away quick and I didn't even realize it. But it spread throughout the whole house and my symptoms were very mild compared to like everyone else.
So me, like I had, what did I have? I had a small sore throat. Then it turned into fucking body aches and everywhere from like my head to my back was like bothering me. And I never even knew if I had a fever or not because I never checked, but I figured that's what it was. And then from there I just had those went away for like 2 days. And then I had a cold the rest of the time that then turned into like a small cough.
Yo, Matt, you want to do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
You want to give me that hand sanitizer? Because I just touched gum underneath this table again.
Oh,
I'm so fucking
You
tired.
nasty little.
There's always gum under these tables.
Well, why are you feeling under the table?
I'm not.
anyway?
It's just like
What are you looking for? Buried treasure?
It's called ADHD. That's like you have to
you gotta
touch every
feel
single
under.
thing.
I mean, we all went to high school. What you gotta feel under the table? What you looking for? Buried treasure and shit, my boy.
Bro.
Like no, that's weird.
there's never anything good under the table.
I knew something wrong with you. You're just
All right,
weird,
nigga.
dude,
All right,
bro.
nigga. You know what's so funny? We're talking about COVID. Recently I've been watching some shows, right? And I was on Apple TV Plus, and I was watching the morning show. It's like this show with Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell, Reese Witherspoon. It's basically like a mock-up of a real morning show, right? And now the show came out in 2019, right before the pandemic. So when the second season came out in 2021, right, they are talking about life through COVID. So it's basically the show right before COVID starts, and then it's starting to get into COVID. And you hear how they talk about it back then. It's like, oh, this is just some random flu. It doesn't exist. It's going to go away. And then they sent one of the anchors to Wuhan, China. And when they went to Wuhan, then they got put on lockdown in Beijing, and they moved on, and they came back, and everything was still cool. No one was wearing masks yet. But they were still talking about it as if COVID really wasn't going to be a big thing. You know, they were saying this was like early March 2020. And then they had the parts where they realized, oh, this COVID thing's getting crazy. Once the head anchor, Jennifer Aniston, plays the head anchor of the morning show, and she got COVID. And once the entire studio found out, you could see everyone freaking out. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. One of them was pregnant. Another dude was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Was it like one of those, y'all ever seen that episode? I can't believe I'm comparing this to SpongeBob, but y'all ever seen that episode of SpongeBob where his head is like an office and everybody's freaking the fuck out because they forgot something? Yes. It was like sort of that thing. It was like. Everyone was like, oh my God. They were like, because Jennifer Aniston plays this character called Alex Levy, so everyone was blaming it on her. Now, she had already had a bunch of problems starting out with the show and everything, so they were trying to make it a big deal, and I was just thinking about it and comparing it to how shit really was back then. And damn, you think about it, 2 years ago now, if you had COVID, no one wanted to be within 60 yards of you, let alone 6 feet. The world has completely changed. Now, if you get COVID, it's like, all right, I got COVID, bro. I'm going to stay home for a couple of days, and I'm going to come back. That's what I do.
And get back at it.
It's a really good thing that we had, recorded the first 2 episodes of the podcast, so that way we already had them on deck, and I had already done the work and scheduled them and done everything I typically do. But other than that, if I didn't have that done, we probably would be kind of fucked right now to start off this podcast.
COVID's a bitch, man. COVID's a bitch, homie.
But it is what it is. I got it. My streak ended, unfortunately. Now I hope I never have to get it again. So that's really what it comes down to.
Get your booster shots. That's what the CDC told me. They said I have to get my booster shot in order for me to not get COVID from my original vaccine. That's what they told me. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Triple booster.
I'm tired of this shit. I'm so tired of it.
Triple vax, triple boost.
I'm telling you.
I mean, even people that are vaccinated at this point are tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm vaxxed.
It's like, I'm vaxxed. I had the booster. It's like, leave me alone, man.
Oh, I didn't get the booster. I hadn't had enough.
So, is anybody going to be mad at me when I say I'm unvaccinated, but I still felt like, for the most part, I felt fine. It was just like those small things. And it's just like, not that I'm against it. You do what you want to do. At the time, I just didn't think I really needed to take anything because I have a pretty fucking good immune system. I get sick maybe once every year or two. Yeah. And this just happened to be that time where I got sick.
From what I've heard is the people with the worst immune systems that actually either didn't get COVID or didn't have as bad symptoms as people that did have good immune systems. Because me, I got a shitty immune system. You talking to somebody who's had pneumonia 3 times in their lifetime.
I've had it twice.
So I know what it's like to have a shitty immune system. I get sick at least 3-4 times a year. So for me to never have COVID, I'm like, damn, maybe the shitty immune system really did kick in.
I feel like this, right? You do whatever you feel is right. I would say people should probably get the vaccine. However, that's your choice, what you do.
I mean, I might now just in case I ever get it
it's
again,
like this,
just to
man.
lessen the systems.
The way I feel about it, the information is there. Whether you choose to or not is your problem. I just don't want to hear the constant complaining after the fact. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, no, motherfucker, you made this choice, right? Yeah. So I didn't get vaccinated until after I had gotten COVID, and my black ass wound up in the hospital for a week.
Really?
Yeah.
It got that bad?
I had it terrible. I couldn't even walk, man. I remember
I got fucking lucky.
I got dropped off at the hospital. Guy. I couldn't even walk they had to come out with a wheelchair to take me inside.
God damn.
Yeah, it was real bad. I couldn't. So I'm all for the vaccine. I think people should do. But, I think we're so far past that point that people
That's what I was saying, man.
It's like an afterthought now.
People don't care. You don't want to get the vaccine. You don't have to get the vaccine.
Whatever. And and the problem with it The problem with all this shit is that it plays into the whole political climate that's going on in this fucking country.
The politics around this is
the politics
fucking
surrounded
stupid.
by everything is fucking
Keep your
stupid.
politics out of my pussy.
Yeah, like, nah, for real.
Politics out of my
Like,
pussy.
you got politicians trying to decide what goes on with women's bodies. Politicians in this gun thing that we have going on right now. Listen, man, it's out of control. I'm sorry. When people always talk about the Second Amendment, when the Second Amendment was made, we weren't really a nation at that point. We were just beginning, and we needed to defend ourselves from the European tyranny, right? So, but we're at a different stage right now. We shouldn't. I'm a firm believer that everyone shouldn't be able to carry guns, right? Everyone shouldn't have one. Everyone shouldn't have access to one. I heard this whole thing about them putting armed security, armed guards in school now. Like, what are we going to rob children of their innocence and childhood? Seeing grown men and women in their school with guns?
That's crazy.
Like, you shouldn't have to go to school and see a person with an M4. You shouldn't any form of AR. You really shouldn't have to see that. And we're talking about these are kids.
Yeah,
man.
you know what sucks for me? Because, like, here's my kind of point of view on it. My cousins over in Connecticut, they were in the school at the time of Sandy Hook. Now,
Yeah.
none of them got hurt, thank God. But they kind of they got a little mentally fucked up.
Yeah.
You know? And then my sister is a teacher. Now, my sister is going to be moving from New Jersey to South Carolina soon to be with her significant other. And, you know, how does that feel for me where a school that we both went to that's literally 10 minutes from my house, that in case anything happened, I can run right over there to make sure she's okay. Now I can't do that. So that kind of makes me a little bit worried from like the school standpoint. As far as the gun standpoint. Look, I'm not a political person. I don't want to say stick my head in the sand, but like I do agree with you to an extent. As someone that respects the history of firearms, I think you should own a gun if you are mentally fit for it, and there should be more laws put into place to prevent bad people from getting guns. The problem is they can't cover everything because there's the black market, there's the unregistered guns that people get. That's where the issue lies with that. I believe, like, if you want to get a handgun or something, like, I've considered getting a handgun for something like this for, like, the longest time. I just don't have the money or the time to do so.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with getting, like, a full-on assault rifle. But, you know, to each their own in that case. I'm not educated on the subject enough to really.
I don't even think one
give you a
has to have
stance.
an education on the matter. I think it's just simple common sense.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Like,
I think this whole situation is a common sense thing. Obviously, like I'm not a big political person, nor am I big into guns. I've never held a gun a day in my life. But I am a black man in America, so I have the right to call out white America on this one. And this is all I gotta say. I just find it very funny that we put so much effort into pushing our own individual political agendas, and the government puts so much effort into, especially the GOP, in trying to save our God-given constitutional right to bear arms, the Second Amendment. It means so much. And I'm just like, you know what? We want the country to be a better place. We want the world to be a better place. If we put just 10% of that energy into something that actually mattered, like, oh, I don't know, civil rights, I don't know, equal pay, or maybe, I don't know, like abortion rights and abortion laws. Maybe if we put that type of energy into something that actually fucking mattered to humans, maybe the world would be a better place. Maybe if you put a little bit more of the energy that we put into something as dumb as gun rights and the ownership of guns, and we put that energy in maybe, I don't know, something like climate change, something that actually affects us. Because for some reason, we care more about politics and our own individual agendas, except the place that gives us the opportunity to live and get water and breathe fresh air.
I'll double down on something in addition to that. Homelessness and how we treat our veterans once they get back home.
You don't find it funny that the wealthiest of places in America have the highest homeless rates? Like, I remember going to Vegas a couple years ago, 2018, for a basketball tournament. And I remember every single night after a game, we would walk up and down the strip, go have some fun, you know, go to the casinos and the stores and everything. But it was like everywhere you turned, you saw a veteran living in a box. You saw a human being who fought for this country, can't even afford to get something from Taco Bell, or can't even afford water or a place to stay. That's an issue. Yet the only thing we care about right now is the ownership of guns.
You've been to New York, right?
Of course I have.
Oh yeah, so New York is just as bad.
It's just as bad.
It might even be worse than Vegas. I've only been to New York a handful of times, and every time I see shit like this get worse. I remember this very vividly for some reason. When me and my dad were going to a Yankees game, and we were going to his work first because it was early in the morning, I was walking past all these people, and there were people like in cardboard boxes living under like building. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, like the indented entrances that give you a little bit of cover from like rain and shit.
Right,
I don't know what the technical term for it
was. I know
was.
what you're talking about.
They were like living in there. They were living right in front of the doors of buildings, and it was kind of sad. I was a little bit upset by that. The thing is, I was so powerless, I didn't know what to do.
Right. So I'm going to play a little devil's advocate a little bit and say that
I love devil's advocate.
Not all veterans that come out. I mean, sometimes people end up homeless due to personal choices that they make.
Agreed.
I agree.
There are means to taking care of yourself. Some people don't just simply choose not to. Collecting a disability check. When I got out, it was a main point. Like, hey, I got out fucked up. Very different than what I was when I entered. Y'all gonna pay me. Simple as that. I mean, you got to fight for it, which I feel like is unnecessary.
The
like
VA, the VA
is trash. Like the VA is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. The system is just fucked up and they're overloaded and it just needs to be revamped and redone with a lot of things that go on in this country. Our country, I constantly say it, constantly all the time. It's just I feel like we are a third world country with a Gucci belt. I honestly believe that.
Whoa.
I really do.
That is a strong word.
Yeah.
That's a strong phrase you just said.
If you think about it, our healthcir system sucks. Our education system sucks. Our infrastructure sucks.
Stinks.
Like housing
stinks.
Sucks. Everything about it sucks. Granted, there are great and wonderful things, but right now, this whole I'll use a slogan, "Make America Great Again." My opinion, at what point were we great and for whom? Because the way I look at it, you go through as a child, you don't care about these things. You're too busy being a kid and being innocent and ignorant to all the shit
busy
that goes
farting and
around
picking
you.
your butt, man.
You know what I'm
Let's be
saying?
honest.
But then as you get older and you value things differently and you look at what's going on, cost of living in this country is outrageous. There should be no reason, even here in our own state of New Jersey. Why should we be paying this much for rent?
I'm moving out.
It's ridiculous.
I'm leaving.
Me
can't
too.
Stay here.
I'm no lie. I keep going back and forth with wanting to stay in this country because it makes it difficult. Yeah. It's difficult. You shouldn't have to pay damn near $2,000 to live good, and that's just on rent. Like that's absurd. It's absurd.
This country's just so fucking weird. It's like
man.
we grow up in an education system that doesn't even give us the right education that we need. I mean, they only teach us what they want to teach us. Yeah. I've been saying this for years. I was like, listen, the education system is exactly why the whole entire country is so fucked up. Tell me the last time you was actually in school and you learned something that actually was significant towards your future, or actually gave you something.
A few weeks ago when we were in going to CSB, a few weeks ago. But if you're talking about a traditional education and high school, grade school, I think America does a good job as far as grade school goes.
Yes, I do.
I think the way they teach that, I think once you get to end of middle school, high school, that's where I think they begin to fail us because there's so much to our history and so much of what goes on in the world, and I feel like they do a poor job of teaching us these things.
It's funny you mentioned that, Mike, because I was thinking about this a couple of years ago. I saw something brought up on one of my social feeds, and it was something about Black Wall Street. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you guys
in
know
Oklahoma.
About that. Yeah, I never knew about it.
Yeah.
I never even heard about it. I never heard about the massacre that took place there.
Of course you didn't.
Back in the early 1900s or something. Yeah. Never fucking heard of it, and I'm just like, wow,
yeah,
they
it was
really
a rich, wealthy community
failed us.
And that's the thing. See, I feel like America. I was talking to someone recently, and they're telling us about our podcast, telling her about our podcast, and she's like, "What do you guys talk about?" And I'm like, "I want to talk about anything and everything. I want to talk about sex, pop culture, music, cinema, sports, and I also want to have these uncomfortable conversations." The problem with America is that we tend to whitewash everything and just talk about things that actually happen, discuss the history of our country because it's shitty. Not everyone was treated great. And we're not talking about just black people. We're talking about Asian Americans that migrated over here during World War II. We're talking about the Irish when they migrated over here and moved into the slums of New York. Italians. Like, our history is as great and rich as it is, it's also very shitty. As many other, and people will point out all the other countries and the things that they've done. And look at Germany. Germany confronts its history with Nazism.
That's the thing I love that you mentioned.
That.
Yes.
They deal with that. They address it. That way it doesn't happen again. Yet we fail continuously in this country to discuss these things, to say racism is a real thing in this country. Discrimination is a real fucking thing in this country. And they refuse to talk about it. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on? How do y'all not see this shit?
We always find some way to skip over our own history.
Yeah,
like, I never understood it.
I don't get it.
We go from, they'll teach us about they'll teach us about the civil rights movement. Yeah, that's cool. And they'll talk about, Martin Luther King, because Martin Luther King was looked at as a positive figure.
Yeah, he's a
right?
good old nigga.
Exactly.
Good old nigga.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But we don't talk about Malcolm X and how probably 75% of America right now will probably side more with Malcolm over Martin right now.
Oh, yes, they would.
If I'm being completely honest.
Yes, they would.
We talk about how African Americans and minorities live in these impoverished neighborhoods, but have we ever talked about redlining and how that's the reason why this shit started well over 100 years ago, right after the Civil War? Because they were like, yeah, you guys are free, but y'all still can't live around us. Y'all still can't be by us. You still need to be in your own little bubble, and we're going to keep you there. People don't talk about how gentrification plays a big part in how African Americans and Hispanics aren't allowed to live in the same neighborhoods that white people do. And if they want to, they have to work twice as hard. But why do you have to work twice as hard? Because the neighborhoods that they are living in right now have education systems that are impoverishing their ability to learn and their ability to educate themselves, because we do not give minorities the tools to do the same things that other Americans.
The problem also is, if you go a little bit deeper, you have within these education systems teachers that are undervalued and underpaid and therefore don't care as much to invest into these children, not realizing that these children are our future. And without the lack of support for them, you're basically condemning them to a life of poverty and a life of crime. I mean, granted, we all have choices in this world, but when there is an opportunity to move forward, this is what people have to resort to.
Hunter, what are your opinions on this? You've been a little silent over there.
I've just been listening, and I agree with what they say. I mean, I've got nothing to add, but I just agree with them. I'm just hearing them out.
I mean, perspective, man. I've been fortunate enough to have a mother who is superwoman and who really did everything she could to move us out of the hood. I grew up in Plainfield, New Jersey. Used to walk to school, see some dead bodies from time to time. We weren't even allowed to play outside when we were young. That's wild. Unless we went to the park specifically with our parents, and they took us to like parks out of Plainfield. And she moved us to the suburbs. So my life experience is very, very, very different than, inner city people or other black people. So although I haven't totally experienced discrimination, I think one shouldn't have to. I think empathy is a big thing, and we lack that in this country. Understanding the other side of the coin. Telling people that they don't work hard, I think is absolute bullshit, because you have people that are geniuses. For example, Jay-Z. Jay-Z's a fucking genius. I don't care what no one says about him. He's an absolute genius. Came from nothing. Marcy Projects. Absolutely nothing. Poverty. Sold drugs. What is that man now? A billionaire?
Billionaire.
You know what I'm saying? So so the intelligence and the work ethic was always there, right? It's just the opportunity, finding the opportunity. You give people opportunities. Now, what they choose to do with said opportunity is
you have to give an opportunity,
but give them the opportunity. Exactly, because if not, you're discounting their life, man. You're basically telling them they're not worth shit.
One thing I always found funny, and I talk about this all the time, is that when we talk about education, I don't think it just diminishes minorities in our country, but I think it diminishes everybody. Don't you think it's funny that, especially in America, it's imperative that we have 4 years of math, right? You got to take geometry, and you got to take trig, and you got to take calc. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? But I remember when I went to school, we only needed not 1 year, but 1 semester was worth of financial literacy. How is that not more important?
Definitely.
But see, then when kids get older and they have to be adults.
They don't
we know
how
nothing
to.
about a 401k. Know nothing
No.
about taxes.
No.
We know nothing about depreciating assets.
No.
I learned more in my one semester taking financial literacy, and I retained more information than I probably did in any other math class I ever took, in any other remedial academic class I ever took in high school.
I can tell you right now from my own personal experience, because I had the exact same thing as you in high school. I found myself learning more in that case because I forgot the name of the fucking business class that we had, but it was like something I took, and I learned a lot from it. The problem is I didn't really... It's not... I paid attention. I tried to pass everything, but I couldn't retain it as much because there was so much other BS I had to focus on from other classes that I thought were more important.
Because financial literacy is not looked at as an important class because you
But
don't have to take it
it's
for
so
one semester.
important.
It's
You
so
know,
important.
So, you know, like, this is going to sound super fucking lame, but, like, when I had to write, like, my first check, like, I didn't write my first check until several years after I had left that class. So I'm like, fuck, how do I do this again?
Yeah.
I had to look it up on fucking, like,
real.
Google or something.
For real.
That's a basic human skill everyone should know, and they really don't.
Well, writing checks are obsolete pretty much nowadays.
True, especially
I think it
now
depends.
with
I think it depends on
with
the
electronics and
situation.
everything. But still,
Listen.
I prefer a paper trail more than electronic trail because an electronic trail could be tracked and hacked.
That's
You
true.
know,
Very true.
I prefer a paper trail because at
But
least you know where it's going to go.
at a very young age, you should know the difference between credit and debit. You should know at least what the basics of taxes are. Like, you think about how many kids when they are in high school, they get their first job, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to get some money. It's
And
like,
then they look
it's like,
at it,
whoa,
yeah,
it's
where'd all my money go?
Healthcare,
Yeah.
taxes,
Yeah.
where all my money go? Half
healthcare?
my
My
check is
mama
gone.
paid for my health care. And
Yeah,
that's
bro.
wild.
Gross
You're
and
living
net
with your
income.
parents, right? You live with your parents. Your mom pays for your health insurance. Yet they are they're taking your money.
Still taking my money.
Taking all your money.
Where's
Tell
it
him to
going?
bring me my money.
Yeah, tell them. Yeah, you need to tell the government, run me my check, bro.
Facts.
Where's all my money? Because my roads don't look that good. Like, these cities be charging you out the wazoo for fucking taxes, and the roads are trash. Takes them 2 months to do one little a mile of road. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Get the fucking work.
I have to come from PA to here to do that. Half the trip here, it's orange. Like, there's orange cones, there's orange signs, and there's like no work being done.
Yeah. Even on the turnpike, they've been doing work there for like 6 months. Like,
Oh yeah.
what are y'all doing? And for me, it's difficult because I lived in another overseas. I see how, efficient they can be when they're doing things, and it's so frustrating, man. It's so to know the potential that America has and what we could actually be if we just fucking worked at it, and then people just give you the bare minimum. That's what it feels like.
If America would stop being America, maybe America could be great.
Like, America, they it seems like they operate like Somalian countries, like nations that don't have not the history, but at least the what's the word I'm looking for? Democracy that we have, the things that we have in place, the things that we have implemented so that we could possibly be great. But
This is the last thing I'm gonna say on this because
I have something I
can't
want to
stand
say
it,
after you
but
too.
Yeah,
but-
go ahead, man.
I mean,
If America would just take a good look in the mirror at themselves and stop getting in every other country's business and stop worrying about what every other country's doing and take a good look at themselves in the mirror and realize that what we've been doing over the past 300 some odd years that we've actually been a country almost, and we just really take a good look in the mirror and be like, you know what, we are fucking up. We aren't perfect. Maybe some other countries are doing a little bit better than us in certain areas. Maybe we can learn something from them.
not 7. Check this out, real quick. Back to the gun thing, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching one of these. I think she's a congresswoman. What's her name? She's popular. This Hispanic,
Hispanic
AOC,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she was
bad as hell. I ain't
She
gonna
was
hold
at
you.
like it looked like what it seemed like a congressional hearing. He said bad as hell. She's low key bad.
Oh, she bad.
She for a politician, she
can
get
get
to
it.
work.
She can get it.
Yeah. And she was talking to the subject matter expert.
No, I'm playing.
In the past 5 years, in comparison to the other G7 countries that we, France, Japan, Germany, countries like that, 10 years, over a span of 10 years, we've had 288 shootings compared to their 5. What are we not doing? How do people not see this? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand, bro. It blows my fucking mind that we're still at this point in this fucking country. And God, I love my country. I was born here. I fought for my country. I love my fucking country. But I'm sick to death of it, man. Fucking tired of it. Do something. You have these people, bro, you're going to tell me all over the world that they don't have mental health issues? You're going to tell me they don't got them? They don't got them? You know the problem is? They make it hard to access these weapons, bro. It's difficult to access them. That's all I got to say about it, man. I'm fucking tired of this shit.
So, for me, all I'm going to say is...
Thanks, Obama.
Stop watching network news like Fox, CNN, MSNBC, because they're not going to tell you the truth anyway. They're all going to tell you their spin on things.
They got their own agenda.
They got their own fucking agenda. They got their own fucking advertisers they want to appeal to. That's the first and foremost thing. And fucking actually understand who you're voting for. Political parties are... This political divide we have with the parties is fucking bullshit.
Yes.
Start voting more... I guess, for lack of better terms, like independent or moderate politicians, and stop voting for these hard left and these hard right people that don't give a fuck about you.
Not an absolute fuck.
They do not give a fuck about you. They say they do, but they don't. And it's pretty clear, evident that who's in Senate right now on both sides of the political spectrum, because nobody's off limits, in my opinion.
No, I got you with that. I'm there with you. There with you.
For you hardcore Americans who claim, you know, you love America so much. It's such a great country. I'll give you this. I'll give you a little history lesson. Second President John Adams once said, and this is not his exact quote, but this is how he felt. He felt that political parties would ruin the integrity of the American government. Mm-hmm. It would tear us into two. It would create a rift in our political site for the rest of the time what we were an independent country.
How right he was.
And how right he was.
We should revert back to those days, to be honest.
No,
maybe not. Maybe
trying to be a chick. Hey, check out that shit. It's a racist shit.
Wow.
He trying to put niggas in chains. Come here, boy.
No.
Imagine Matt with some dip in his mouth talking about, come here, boy.
That's not what
finna do around these parts,
politically, we should revert back to no political parties and shit. That's what I was trying to say.
God damn.
You boys were about
we
to
heard
point
what you
me.
said,
You boys are about to paint me out to be like a
we
fucking
heard what you
asshole.
said. You ready to crack your whip.
I heard what you said.
Yeah.
No. It ain't about that.
Going to pick some cotton there, boy.
Oh my god.
Nah, I ain't trying to be like
Look at that auntie in the kitchen.
But I'm saying is we should revert back to those days where we didn't have like those parties, and like loser of elections would be like the vice president.
Yeah.
They would have like kind of both sides to the spectrum on things.
There's no way you can tell me that you like everybody that's running in your party.
Nope,
you can't.
There's no
you
way.
Can't.
You know what would fix
Come
this
on.
shit? Honestly, if politicians stopped receiving money from lobbyists, everything would change. They should just make that shit illegal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to donate to your campaign. Nah, bitch, jail. Fuck that. No, you shouldn't be able. You should not be able to take money, and that's the whole problem. That's why pharmaceutical companies, gun lobby, all that shit, big tech, all that shit. Donate to your local politician. Fuck that. No. Jail.
No.
Nah. Shouldn't be done. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But fuck that.
Fuck these politics, man. Fuck these politics. Can we talk about sex? Please.
You guys
Please.
Yeah, you guys already painted me out to be the biggest motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey. And I was not trying to be.
I see you,
Matt's not
Dante,
racist.
you light-skinned motherfucker.
Matt's not racist. At least we think he's not.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
he did mention that he would get down with the sisters. You know, undercover brother Matt. Halle Berry.
That is true. I am the undercover brother.
Yeah, Matt be eating that dark meat.
So
That's
what we
I
need
like.
to do, right? We should just take Hunter and Matt and go to Philly.
Oh man, I would not
party.
survive Philly.
Yes. Even though Philly had no, I'm gonna leave it alone. I almost brought it up again over the weekend. But we aren't going to talk about it because that's Philly. That's like almost normal in Philly. And it shouldn't be normal. But anyway, take Matt to a club.
Yeah, listen.
Bunch of
First time I went to the club, in Philly. I met my girlfriend, so like, hey, who knows what the fuck happened?
He's pretty much engaged at this point.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Why you ain't meet the? Were you supposed to meet the parents? What happened?
I gotta meet the parents in about a month, a little over a month.
Weren't you supposed to meet the parents?
No. First of all, she's from Virginia, so I can't get down there. Her parents are coming up for her birthday, so I'm see. This is cool for me because listen, I've been testing.
What you gonna wear, bro? You know they're from Virginia. That's basically the South.
So who you telling? They used to go to school in Virginia. I know it's like nah, but you know I'm gonna be pimping out there. You know, looking good. So that way, you know, so my girl, she's like, oh yeah, this my man's. You know, he looking good.
Make sure you shave off that pubic hair off your face.
Dante reminds me of y'all ever seen that fucking man? I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud. I'm about to sound like a fucking absolute Karen right now.
Shit, careful.
But Dante reminds me of there's a show out there called Married at First Sight that my mom makes me watch with her for some reason.
Yeah, I've seen that shit. Yeah,
so like shit. Dante reminds me of one of the guys on the most recent season.
Was he light skinned?
I don't think he was he was kind of a light skin, but he was like almost like a retired fuckboy in a way.
Oh shit!
You know. So basically, this guy went from being a retired fuckboy to being married within like 2 months. So I feel like Dante's taking that like Married at First Sight,
pretty much,
or at least Love at First Sight.
You remember when he came in after he had met her? He's like, I'm about to retire, guys. I'm about to retire. My man was in love after one day. I can only imagine how she put that thing down. Cause my man was like, I'm done. I'm deleting my Tinder. I'm not fucking with anybody else. Don't call me. My jersey's retired. I think he just hung it up.
I would say he's up in the Raptors now.
Yeah.
He's retired as one of the king of the fuckboys.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Because niggas think, you know, I've just been fucking around my whole life. I'm like, no, I've been in relationships. I've been with different women. Shit, I lost my virginity to an Asian girl. Okay, yes. So like, it's not. It ain't wild for me to, you know, be out there doing my own thing. But I realized that it came to a point in time, right, where I could keep fucking around, right, doing my thing, but then have like absolutely no happiness. And on top of that, I'm just like, this isn't fun. Like it's cool.
You don't. You're literally a walking Pornhub comment. It's literally just like, I don't want to be horny anymore. I just want to be happy. That's literally your
I think we're always going to be horny.
Let's not say I don't be horny. Listen, I'm horny every fucking day.
Look, I know that, but I'm talking people like that are trying to fuck all the time.
Yes,
but at the end of the day, they don't get any They don't get any real satisfaction.
Oh yeah, when I was at school,
you are literally that embodiment of it right now.
When I was at school, that was the thing. Like honestly, I was fucking all the time. Like I was just all the time. But then I was just like, I remember one time I had sex with somebody, and when I was done, I was like, damn. It just doesn't feel the same.
I wish I had that revelation like 9 years earlier. Nah, for real. That's what it came to. It got to a point. Listen, I have been fortunate enough to dealt with some amazing women. I dealt with some 10s and I've dealt with some 5s and everything in between. You know, you do what you do. And I got to a point one day, same revelation, my bad. I woke up and I was like, this isn't it anymore. Like, I get no joy out of, and it's my own fault because I remember the girl vividly. I saw her, first thing I saw was ass. And I was like, I have to have it. And I told her, I have to have that. And she laughed at me. And I said, I'm so serious. I have to have that. And a week later, I had it.
Can I please buy a piece of pussy?
And I had it.
Please.
Can I get a crumb of this pussy, man?
But I wanted free 99. I didn't want to pay for it. So, you know what I'm saying? Went out. She came back to the crib and, you know, gave shit. That ass.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. It's been tough for me because I haven't been laid since... God.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't been laid since January of 2020.
Damn!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Get this man some pussy! Get him some ass!
Since 2020?
Oh my God!
January of 2020.
Oh my God!
Matt, I don't even think I could do that.
Your balls might be shriveled up.
No. Do you have a dick anymore? Is it gone? Is it inverted?
My man probably got an innie, bro.
Yeah, dead ass, bro. You heard about innies and belly buttons? They come in dicks too.
Oh my God!
I think.
Yo, do you do stretch training with your shit so it doesn't become an innie? Like you stretch it out and shit.
I'm not gonna lie. Like it's been. I thought when I first got laid, like I would be okay.
Wait, Hunter, please don't tell me it's been that long.
It's been longer.
Whoa!
No! What is that with the white community?
Oh
Oh my! What's wrong with y'all?
Wait. So you're not a virgin, is what you're saying?
No.
So wait, when was the last time you had it then?
You said 2 years. For me, 3 years.
Oh hell
No, bro. Hey, we need to take a trip.
no.
Let's go to Panama.
Oh my god,
For real.
See, like I said in the debut episode, man, if I could afford it, I would in a heartbeat. I will join you in a heartbeat.
It's not that expensive. $400,
I am
bro.
poor.
Who's rich?
I got bills to pay.
So do we. It's not that expensive, bro.
Oh my god.
Really isn't. Save up some
I'm not gonna
dollars.
lie. I lost my virginity end of junior year. I think it was June 2018. June 2018. I think the longest I've gone without having sex had to be during quarantine, and that was like 5 months, maybe.
Oh no, even during quarantine, I was getting it on a regular.
Here's the thing, man. Like at this point on my other podcast, 69 Whiskey, it's like a running joke at this point.
Oh, well,
like
you gotta
everybody's
fix that.
convinced. Everybody that I know from the show that have been on the show and that I'm friends with, they are convinced like that I'm just a virgin again at this point.
Bro,
Pretty much.
listen,
You might
man,
as well be.
I might as well be.
You could
but,
go to
like,
Philly. I know some crackheads that'll suck your dick for $1. I know some. I know
But
some of them.
I'm
Somebody.
trying to not just fuck anything at this point.
Listen,
I
at
didn't
this
say
point,
fuck.
you need to no. At this point, you need to fuck just anything. You need to go ahead and knock that one out. Just knock it out.
Get it out of
You know
your
what I'm saying?
system.
Just ooh, because you know you're gonna be so sensitive and shit. You might take you like 3 minutes tops.
Yeah, see,
You know what I'm saying?
See what my man Mike
see,
doing
here's
right
the
now? He
thing.
on Tinder right now. That's what you need to do. Go on Tinder.
been on it. That's
No.
the thing.
See, you on Tinder looking for love. You need to be on Tinder looking to fuck.
But here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I have different apps for different reasons. I have Hinge if I just want to have a relationship. I have Bumble to fuck and have a relationship. And I have Tinder strictly just to fuck.
First of all, Bumble's some bullshit because them bitches never be hitting you up first. They be like,
Oh, no, it's lame.
I don't respond first. It's like, bitch, do you know why you got on Bumble? The whole reason for the app so women can hit the guys up
You
first.
need
I'm
to
tired
not-
of putting in all this damn work for some pussy. God damn it.
You need to not be thinking about this relationship shit right now because listen, how old are you?
I will be 25 in a couple of weeks
Listen,
at
man,
the
you
point of this
still
recording.
young and vigorous. You fucking got energy. Listen, at 25, you don't know. You just learning how to stroke properly, like real deep stroking. You know what I'm saying, you just need to knock you out. Because at least for me, I didn't want to live through life with regrets. Like the day I get married, if and when, I don't think so because I'm against marriage. But if and when I would have zero regrets because I've done everything I wanted to. Been part of orgies. I don't fuck dude's wife in front of him. Threesomes. Naked at the pool party.
This was
fucked
all
the
in Germany,
jacuzzi.
wasn't it?
No. Like the jacuzzi story, I came home from Germany and my guy friends, like my dudes were having a pool party. Right? Great party. Fucking, I don't know. There was like 100 people there in his backyard. So there's this girl. Can't remember her name. I remember her face. Can't remember her name though. I'm not gonna lie. She's back there and she's like, yeah, I suck the best dick. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? She's like, yeah, deep throat and everything. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm like, we got to find out. Like, you can't say that to me and not ask me to find out. So we went behind the garage or the shed, I think it was. You know, she gave me some of that sloppy toppy, right? But that wasn't enough. So then we all got in the jacuzzi. It was like 8 of us in the jacuzzi. And she started getting handsy. So I'm like, okay, come here, sit on my lap then. She sat on my lap. And we started right there in the jacuzzi. And people got out. And I continued doing what I was doing. People, look at Panama. I'm like, yep, look at me. I'm stroking. You sit over there with your dry dick. I'm in something right now.
So,
you know what I'm saying? So,
I think the problem for me is just a confidence thing. You
Bro,
know, I can maybe like start conversations, but like depending on what the energy I'm getting is, it's like I
so
can
what's
either
the
be
lack of
super
confidence?
into it.
The worst thing a woman can say to you
Is no.
Is no. Once you come to terms with that, nothing else matters. You don't got to treat her like shit. Like some dudes, when they hear rejection, they want to get mad and, oh, you were ugly anyway. Like, no.
You can have this dick anyways,
Yeah.
bitch. Like, you won't fucking.
Nah,
You don't
I'm
get
not
to
like
do all that.
I bet your pussy stinks.
It's just that I'm too hard on myself.
Bro.
I'm trying to not be like that. Like I'm just too hard on myself.
You got to
man.
take
Like,
a
I don't
lighthearted
feel-
approach to it, bro.
Yeah.
The worst thing, most of the time, my approach all depends on the women that I'm dealing with. If I get a vibe like she's about it immediately, well, that's what we're going to do. Other times, man, squeeze your way through friending. Be your friend. Be nice. Be cool. Be funny. Be you. We know you're funny as fuck. Be you. And if she don't like that, tell her, keep it trucking. There are
Plenty of other fish
plenty
in
of
the sea.
women.
Now, see, me on the other hand, listen, I'm keeping a buck with you. If I'm trying to fuck, I'm gonna let you know I'm trying to fuck. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not, oh, let's go hang out and let's go talk about our feelings. No, bitch, listen. We're fucking, okay? I can tell you a bunch of stories about the girls that I've been with at school and other places. Like, shoot, I'll give you an example. There's one time, this girl on one of the teams when I was at school, man, I was trying to pipe, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get down with it. I was trying all quarantine and shit. And then like, it started getting real boring. We were quarantined, you know, you couldn't do anything. So I was like, oh yeah, let's Netflix party and watch this movie. I had no interest in doing that. I'm like, yo, show me some titties, something like that, right? So pull up to school. I see her like a year later, pretty much, because I didn't go to school first semester over all this pandemic bullshit. She pulls up. And remember, we went to Waffle House. We got some food. We come back to my place. I was like, yo, let's watch a movie or something. All right. It's like, yo, we watch a movie. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going down, okay? So we get through halfway through the movie. Then she gets on me. And we start kissing and all that kind of shit. So we go through one round. I'm like, all right, man, round one was cool. I was like, well, you know, I started on you the first time. You want to start on me? Swear to God, she says this. Oh, I don't like do that kind of thing. It's kind of nasty.
Right.
When I tell you the power of God was bestowed upon me and I wanted to take my hand and crank it back and bitch slap the fuck out of this bitch.
But why?
You finna get violent, Dante.
I don't get it. I don't get, no, call me Ike. I don't give a shit. Call me Ike. Call me Ray Rice. Call me Chris Brown. It's fine. Whatever you want to call me.
Why?
Listen.
Explain to me why.
Listen. I never understood this. There are a lot of girls out there that don't want to suck dick because they think it's gross. But then at the same time, they will expect us to go down on the pussy and eat that shit like a Chinese buffet. I don't understand it. Listen, This is how I feel. If you not sucking, we ain't fucking. All right? That's how it is.
I don't care about that.
I need the head.
That shit's like an appetizer. I really don't care about that.
See, the difference between you and me is like, in my experiences that I've been lucky to have, I am much more of a...
I hate the way you said that.
That I've been lucky to have. Like,
yeah, I mean,
bro.
the fact that I've ever been laid at all is a shock in itself. But for me, like, I enjoy giving more than receiving. So, like, I don't really care.
I love
like,
giving
I'm
head.
okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm okay with not getting it.
Great.
But, like, you got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not getting it, but like if you're trying to like turn the guy on.
When women say they don't do it, I'm like, then your man gonna cheat on you because what the fuck you talking about?
You don't do it.
You don't get like what? That's like me. Like that's like saying
bitch,
I don't eat pussy. Like what?
Bitch, I know you eat hot dogs.
See, if you don't eat fucking pussy.
Like, I know you eat hot dogs. I know you like lollipops. It's the same thing.
Bananas.
Here's a question:
Michael
Are you
Phelps
a man if you don't eat pussy? Could you call yourself a man?
No.
I mean,
no.
I think that's weird. I mean, I'm not gonna question somebody's manhood, but
I am.
How do you not eat?
I will to an extent.
You're a pussy if you don't eat
like,
pussy.
especially when it's pretty and pussy tastes like the pussy has a distinct taste, especially when it's clean.
Honestly, I don't think you're a real man. I don't think you're a real man if you haven't.
But yeah, man, you need to get over
ass.
this confidence thing, bro. Like, just do it. Just do it. The one thing my father taught me out of the 5 things that he's taught me in life, Peter Paul said, "Try them all." Right?
Wow.
The worst thing, real shit. Peter Paul said, "Try them all." That's what my old man taught me. Peter Paul said, "Try them all." The worst thing she gonna tell you is no. And if she tell you no, there's a bunch more who will say yes. Out of 10 women, right, 3 will politely say yes. But you got to be able to talk to them because if you don't talk to them, you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna stay there horny as fucking and frustrated.
So here's my question though, like Hunter.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's taken so long for you? Like, I know why it's been for me, but I'm like genuinely curious, like why it's taken you so long.
Well, for me, I'd say it's like you said, mixture of confidence and then mixture of me just like, you know, waiting for the right person. I just don't want to do it with anyone. You know, you don't want to have someone who's like 300 pounds like suffocating you.
But she give great head, probably, Hunter. She probably sucked the skin off your dick.
No, I was just waiting.
See, my thing is like with you, like I think you're too hard on yourself in general.
I thought you were gonna say like, oh, I think
like,
you're cute.
If you think about
Yeah,
it, gentlemen, like even in all aspects of life, like if you really think about it, you are far more talented at anything you could put your mind to than I think any of the three of us. Because if you think about some of the shit you put together for class and that had us rolling on the floor dying, if that doesn't give you a confidence boost that people like us, who maybe might be a little bit demented, enjoy your shit, that alone should be enough for you. Now let's take that energy.
You should be swimming
and
in
take
coochie,
it to getting some fucking ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong?
No. I 100% agree.
See, I ain't gonna hold you. Like when I first started getting to the whole, I wanna get with girls and everything. When I got to college, I had no riz. And then I realized, holy shit, I do have some riz. I know how to talk.
Yeah.
It's like some people can do it without saying a damn word. Like I know some niggas that just give a girl a look and it's over.
They also probably look like.
And it's possible.
They're just absolute giga
when I had the long hair, I had the twist and everything. Sometimes I go to girls and be like, "Yo, what's good?" It's like, "Yo, you want to come hang out with us? Like we about to go smoke, about to go drink. You come through and we be chilling." And then it's a vibe.
I realized at like 14, like when I was from 12 to 13, I had a growth spurt, and then probably around because I was like 5'2", I was short as fuck, and then I hit a growth spurt and. I realized that girls like me, and it was a wrap once I realized that. And then I came to the U.S. And I came to the U.S. at the time when like Daddy Yankee was really popular and reggaeton was really popular. We're talking early 2000s. So I went to school, and they're like, "Oh, you're from Panama? Oh, you speak Spanish?" And then I'm this black dude that speaks Spanish. So I basically at a young age like just coochie, just everywhere.
You were a walking pussy magnet.
Well, then
Coochie man.
I was young and handsome, and I mean still handsome, but I'm older. Like fuck, but like it was incredible. And then I went to college, and I remember the summer before college, I worked at a Fridays, and there was this girl, I'll never forget her name, Julie.
Oh,
Julie was her name. Listen,
that sounds like a girl.
I wanted Julie so bad. Julie was a sophomore in college. And I was a senior in high school. And I remember she told me, she's like, the day you she's like, I'm not messing with you. And for months, I kept trying. And then finally, she was like, you know what? When you graduate, we'll talk about it afterward. The day I graduated, I went to work in cap and gown immediately after my graduation. And I said, look, girl, I graduated. And you know what? She laughed her ass off and was like, I'll see you this weekend. Fucking success, my man, success. You know what I'm saying? And that entire mind you, by the way, I thought prior to getting involved with Julie, I thought I was the man. I thought I was laying it down. And the first time we did it, she's like,
the first time,
there was
more.
Oh yeah. That entire summer. So she's like, so how do you think you did? I'm like, I did good. She's like, well,
damn, bitch, I laid down like Johnny Sins.
And I quote, you have a nice dick, but you don't know what you're doing with it. And you didn't even eat the pussy beforehand. So I got an education that entire summer on how to fuck.
So this girl basically educated
you
on how to fuck
for
an entire summer.
I'm gonna eat.
You know what?
Eat the box king.
That's the type of shit I want to have, though. Like that's the type of girl I'm looking for.
But you gotta, put yourself out there, because I kept trying.
Sort of.
And you know what? She denied me for a minute. But listen, I tell people all the time, I get what I want. If I want it enough, I'm gonna get it. It may take me a little bit, but I'm gonna get it. You know what's funny? She ended up moving away, and the day she was moving, I remember like it was yesterday.
You must have been so sad.
No. Because at that point we had stopped really dealing with each other. It became an every now and then type thing because I was fucking a lot in college.
As you should.
But she came to my house and she was like, "Listen, I'm moving to DC and I really want you to come with me." And I was like,
"Bitch,
no.
what?"
I said no.
No.
Looking back.
You should have.
I mean, I should have went. Julie was gorgeous. Julie was fucking beautiful, and I fucked it up. Julie had everything you want: fat ass, large breasts. She was blonde, straight hair, straight blonde hair, blue. Like she was beautiful.
Wait,
she
blonde hair, blue eyes, big titties, big ass.
Yes.
And you didn't go.
And I didn't go.
I think I would have packed my bags in 20 minutes.
That's a 700 credit score right there. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up. Nah, looking back. I mean, I think if there's any amount of regret, I mean, the women that I've had in my life, the ones that stand out, I probably shouldn't have did them the way I did them.
Voluptuous with white privilege, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, DC, I probably would have got shot moving there too.
Nah, dead ass.
Yeah, dead ass. For real.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck. But nah, really, that's like even like the story of the story of my losing my virginity, bro. So I will say her first name, Carrie, because I still talk to her. And
Is she gonna listen to this?
I don't know, maybe. I wonder if she remembers the way I remember it. So
I'd like to know both.
We had a history class together, and you know, we would hang out and make out and dry hump and all that dumb shit that you do in high school. And then
did you do it in the stairway?
No. I'll get to that. So she calls me up one day. We're on like spring, like it's around my birthday somewhere. That's close to spring break. It's like April, and she's like, I have a present for you, and I'm like, cool. Where is it? She's like, come over. I'll give you your birthday present. I was like, all right, bet. So I hop on my bike. I ride over.
I'm on a bike.
Yeah, hop on my bike. I ride like 15 minutes to her place, you know, and I get there. No one's there. It's just her. She's like, okay, come in. You can have your birthday present. So I'm looking around for my birthday present. I'm looking for like an Xbox, PlayStation. She's like,
it's for open legs.
No, I mean, at this point I was a virgin,
let him tell the
so
story.
you don't know anything, right? I wasn't, you ain't thinking about that. Right. I mean, think about it, but not thinking about it. So she's like, it's in my parents' bedroom. So I go in her parents' bedroom.
She's bugging.
No, she was fully clothed.
Getting artsy with it.
Yeah, I go in her parents' bedroom and I look around and I still no Xbox, still no PlayStation. What the fuck? And then she walks in with a robe and just lets it go. And I was like, oh, this is the birthday present you were talking about. Yes. So that lasted like 5 minutes, not even a lie. Like it was the quickest and best nut ever. It was very short.
The forbidden gift.
But you know it's fucked up. The next day, she went to school and told everyone. Right? Oh. No, not about the 5 minutes. Just about that we had sex. I wouldn't have cared about the 5 minutes.
I would have. I'd have been like, damn.
But she told everyone, and everybody kept asking me, and I denied it, because I was embarrassed, because I didn't know how to deal with that, right? So I remember years later, she finds me on Facebook, and she adds me, and then she sends me a message, and she's like, it was really fucked up what you did to me in high school. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you fucked me and then denied it and just stopped talking to me. And I was like, and she's like, and I was a virgin. I said, pause. I said, I'm sorry you felt that way, but I was a virgin too. And then you went to school and you put my whole business
bitch,
out there.
What is wrong
and
with
I
you?
panicked. And she was like, you were a virgin too? I was like, yeah. And that's how you felt about it? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she hated me for years. Fucking hated me.
That's petty as fuck.
Yeah.
Though.
Like,
Bitches.
it's like, you ain't even talk. Listen, don't get me wrong. I've done women wrong. I've also tried to do right by them, but done them wrong. Like, there was this girl that really liked me.
Been there.
And I liked her too, but when I found out she was a virgin, I was like, I'm not the guy you should be, giving your virginity to. So I lied to her and told her I cheated on her, and she hated me.
You dickhead.
I did, bro. Because you know what? I was a little bit of a coward. I could do the confronting the pain and dealing with that shit and tears, and I'm like, I'm not good at dealing with that because I'm soft. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to women and they're crying, I'm soft. I got a soft spot for women. But it's like, no, this is the easy way. I'd rather you hate me than cry over me and try to keep me. No, thank you. So yeah, that's a quick, brief story of my sexual relations. Yes.
I'm not. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. You know what? I'll tell you a funny story. Listen. So Halloween weekend, right? We're getting crunk. It's a great night. It's a great night, great weekend. And listen, I was with this girl the night beforehand, all right? We had a little soiree the night beforehand. She hits me up at like 11:30. She's like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, nothing. She like, come through to the crib. I'm like, all right, bet. Let me get the DD.
Did she use that voice too?
No, I'm just saying. I'll pull it to the spot, right? Pull it to the spot. We do the deed. Cooling. Then I was like, I'm going to see you later on, right? You going to come to the party? She's like, yeah, I'm going to be there tonight. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm going to see you at the party. Pull to the party. I was like, yo, you want to come upstairs and smoke? She was like, yeah. So we went upstairs, we smoked, smoked a little weed, it was cooling. And then she was like, Dante, I really want to fuck you. And I'm like, all right, bet. I was like, all right, bet. This is cool. So, we fucked everything.
Up front like that.
Now, mind you, yes, we had just smoked weed, but when I drink, I like to drink dark liquor. So I was off. I finished a whole bottle of Crown Royal by myself.
Whiskey dick.
And then we was drinking Then the whole night, I was drinking Henny the entire time.
What's with you and Henny?
Henny is amazing.
It's a black people thing.
It's a nigga thing, and let me tell you something. It has superpowers. It gives you superpowers. Trust me.
We would never understand.
No,
it.
you wouldn't.
Yeah,
Henny gives you superpowers. Anything is possible. Remember.
You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand. Oh my god. We wouldn't understand, man. You know, it's like it's not a white guy thing. It's kind of like we have like a Budweiser, and we get a little buzz, and we go to the bar, and we get our dicks wet. But so you know, we do the deed and everything. Then we go back downstairs, right? And then another girl came to my room right after that, and we did the deed. So then I go back downstairs to the party, and I'm cooling, you know, getting my swerve on and everything. Now by then I was stupid drunk. I had my shirt off. I was down there wilding, bro. Like I was getting crazy. I remember Knife Talk by Drake had just dropped, and we was down. I was like, gang shit, that's all I'm on. I was getting stupid, man. Then the first girl came up to me again. She was like, Dante, can we go smoke? Like, I want to go smoke again. Like, she's just one of those, like... Trashed? She wasn't even trashed. She's, like, one of those chicks. She really smoked a lot of weed more than anything. So she was one of those girls that, like, started getting all OD slurring when she was high. And I was like, okay. You know, one of them weird-ass potheads that their voice be getting all high and shit. So I went upstairs, smoked again. Now, by then... Nigga, I probably had about 8 shots of Henny in me by now. I finished that bottle of Crown. I've been smoking all night. So I'm hitting this shit from behind, right? Mm-hmm. There came a point of realization where, like, the liquor had worn off, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm tired. Nigga, when I tell you, my head cocked to the side.
You said I'm tired.
And I closed my eyes. I'm like...
No, you didn't.
I was like, bro. I'm so tired.
Did you...
I swear to God, I told this girl, I fell asleep in the pussy.
Oh, Lord.
I told this girl, I said, listen.
I hope she never called you again.
I said, listen, I need you to leave. I'm so tired. She's like, oh, it's okay.
Hold
we can
on.
do this another time. I was like, no, I just need you to leave right now.
Time out. So, not only did you give her mediocre dick, you also fell asleep and then proceeded to kick her out. Instead of trying to, redeem yourself in the morning, you kicked her out.
I didn't want her to stay.
1-star Google rating.
I didn't want her to stay.
Right,
Your Google review is probably trash right now.
I didn't want her to stay.
What the fuck? Why not?
There's no
morning pussy right when you wake up is the best thing ever.
You're right. You
probably didn't think about that.
No, there was no reason for me to think. The only thing going through my head was I need to sleep.
Yeah, and then you could have woke up in the morning. And then...
I knew I was gonna hit it again, which I did.
You lucky.
I was gonna hit it again.
Shit, I can't believe she gave you a second chance with that performance.
So the 1-star probably went to about 3.5 stars.
Yeah, maybe. That was even the
that was
average
the
out.
fourth.
Yeah.
That was the 4th time I'd been with her, so she had 3 prior experiences to be based off.
And then you ruined it. Amazon review, my boy.
I
Terrible.
ruined that shit.
Get yourself a vibrator when fucking with Dante. Like for real, bro. What? That's wild.
Man.
That's wild.
It's cool now because I be having great sex with my girlfriend. So
yeah, he's tied down now. He's retired. We'll put the jersey up.
No, deadass. Like my jersey retired. I'm good. I'm good.
Look, I'm gonna try. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll try and do what you could not and have a hot boy summer in your honor. That's all I'm gonna say. Me and Hunter.
I'm still having a hot boy summer. I'm just can't do anything. You
got your hot boy shorts on. What they call them things?
I got my
hoochie daddy
shorts. Hoochie daddy shorts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's becoming a meme now.
The hoochie daddy
shorts.
shorts.
Hoochie daddy shorts on.
I got
I'm gonna have
some.
the tank top on. I'm going to the beach. I'm going out. I'm gonna be active this summer. Ladies, don't hit me up because I can't talk to you.
Hit me up.
I guarantee you.
Let's just take a trip down to the shore then. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's fuck. We all gotta go out one day, like just
go
hang
down
out
to the shore, go to Jenks or some shit.
Oh man,
no, ew. Well, see, you're a little bit. You are older than this, but like,
where you trying to go?
I'm trying to go to Bar A, DJs.
Bar A? Well, we can go to Bar A.
I'm trying to go to Bar A.
I haven't been to Bar A in a long time.
Bar A.
I don't know
do
where
it.
the fuck is Bar A?
Point Pleasant.
It's in Belmar. It's in Belmar. Belmar and DJs. Yeah. I'm trying to go. I need to go.
Yeah, let's go. I'm down.
I need to go.
Let's go one day, man.
I'll go out there looking. I'll be security / the chaperone. Take care of you motherfuckers. We'll do it.
Well, I think that's a good way to wrap up this episode of
Word.
Bromigos Podcast, everybody.
Yeah. Peace.
All right. This has been Motorboat and Matt.
Panama Red.
Big Dog Daint Money. You know what it is, man.
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah.
That's Hunter.
We're gonna call you.
Yeah,
we're gonna turn you into Hoochie Daddy Hunter.
Hoochie Daddy Hunter. Let's get him some fucking shorts.
Get this man some Hoochie Daddy shorts. All right, we're out, baby.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Bromigos Podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow. I beat him.